I'm done with it. Finished both of my two songs. Tahang answered as he fixed his head. Daniel was impressed and said, "Wow, I thought you were a little tired to do it." Tahang laughed and pats Daniel on the back. "I guess I had my energy recharged." They got in the car and drove out to destination while Tahang had brought some of the chocolates with him. "Really, chocolates?" Daniel asked. "Shut up, they are mine," Tahang said, and Daniel laughed at him. Tahang was driving his motorcycle to meet Yuri at the cafe when he got a message from Tahang making him stop halfway. "Tahang, my manager tried to take the candles. Lol, Jungkook, I'll give you some more if you are in need of them." Tahang, very funny. "Jungkook, I gotta go doing an interview tonight." Jungkook, nice, nice, all the best. Jungkook put his phone away and continued to drive to the cafe. He see Yuri already waiting inside and he parked his motorbike nearby. He came into the car and Yuri smiled happily, waving at him. "Hey, bro, God, I miss you," Yuri said, and she stood up to hug him. Jungkook hugs her while rolling his eyes without her knowing. "Can I order?" "I'm thirsty a little," Jungkook said as he headed to the counter to order their drinks. "Where were you earlier?" she asked, and Jungkook turned to look at her. "I had things to do, but you ruined it," Jungkook said, and Yuri frowned at him as they walked to their table. Jungkook glared at her and said, "You call my parents just because I didn't meet you?" Yuri sent and apologized right away. "I thought something happened to you. I got worried." Jungkook scoffed and said, "If anything happened to me, you would know, so calling my parents ruined my day." "I'm really sorry. I I really am," Yuri said, and she held Jungkook's hand. Jungkook smirked at her and said, "Once we are done eating and drinking, I'll show you a nice place for us." Yuri got excited and she smiled at Jungkook. "You are no longer mad at me?" Jungkook shook his head and said, "I can never stay mad at you for so long." But deep down, Jungkook had another intention, and he waited for the change while drinking his caramel. Then he see the TV in the cafe and Taehyung was already being interviewed. Handsome as always, Jungkook thought. Jungkook had his eyes on TV the whole time until Yuri snapped her finger in front of him, making him annoyed. "What?" Jungkook said angrily. "Don't do that," Jungkook told Yuri and continued to watch the TV. Yuri was surprised that she apologized that right away, and Jungkook turned to look at her. "Well, I'll leave after we finish eating," Jungkook said, and Yuri nodded while she started eating her dinner. "So, Kim Taehyung, when will you be releasing your new album?" the interviewer asked Jungkook. See Taehyung smiled as he was about to speak. At the same time, Taehyung took a sip of his water before answering the question. "Well, it can be released in 2 days, so just be ready for it." "I think the question is what a real fan want to know. Are you currently seeing anyone, Daniel, dating life, maybe?" Taehyung laughed as he didn't know how to answer it and he think hard about it. "I'm still single, I guess. I haven't found the right one yet," Taehyung answered. "But there is a rumor going on between you and actor Ji Young," the interviewer and Taehyung said out it. He calmed down and smiled while looking at the interview. "We used to be dating, but things got out of hands." Jungkook crossed his arm after hearing Taehyung talking about an actor named Jae-hyun that he dated before. Jungkook frowned and said, "What?" Yuri drank her coffee and said, "I'm done eating cook." "Jackie, Yuri, I was about to say something to you. I don't love you. Please stop this." "Yuri, but why?" Jungkook, "I love Kim Taehyung." "Yuri, what? You love Kim Taehyung? Like seriously, the idol?" Mr. Kim Tae-hong, Chigeya. Jungkook looked at the time and left her and walked back to his motorcycle while checking if there was anyone before leaving. Tae-hong was finally home and he was already so sleepy that he could fall asleep right away. Luckily, Tae-hong had no schedules tomorrow and he was thinking of meeting Jungkook. He took his phone out and start texting Jungkook if he was free tomorrow. Tae-hong, hey Jungkook, are you free tomorrow? Do you mind if we could have lunch tomorrow? Tae-hong waited for a reply and made tea for himself before heading back to sleep. He changed his clothes and then his phone started buzzing. He sees Jungkook reply to his message and smile at it. Jungkook, I would love to send me the place where you want to have lunch. Jungkook, see you tomorrow. Tae-hong was happy that Jungkook was okay with it and noticed that he sent a heart emoji. He's kind cute. To be honest, Tae-hong said to himself and decided to head to sleep. He get on his bed and soon he had already dozed off. Next day, Tae-hong was on his way to the restaurant that he had planned to meet Jungkook. Do you want me to pick up you once you are done, sir? His driver asked. Tae-hong shook his head and said, I'll be fine. Get some rest, alright? The driver nodded and stopped the car by the entrance. Tae-hong got out of the car and went to the table that he reserved. Don't worry, Mr. Kim. I assure you won't get moved here, the waiter said, and Tae-hong thanked him. After a few minutes, Jungkook arrived and Tae-hong waved at him. Jungkook sat down and Tae-hong gave him a paper bag with something inside it. What is this? You didn't have to get me anything, Jungkook said. He opened the bag and see a brand new shirt, similar to the one that he stained on it. I want your new shirt, so please accept it, Tae-hong said, and Jungkook nodded. They ordered the food they want to the waiter and I started talking. I saw the interview last night. Can't wait to hear your new album, Jungkook said, and Tae-hong showed him a picture of how the album would look like. The title of the album it's called Mono, Tae-hong said, and Jungkook liked the title. Tae-hong signed and said, It's took me a couple months to finish it. It's a tiring, but I got started. Jungkook nodded with a smile and said, It's good that you did. You should be proud of yourself. The food started coming and Tae-hong was dying to eat it after a smile. The aroma. This pasta is so good, Tae-hong said and took another bite. Jungkook also tasted his food and by the look on his face, he enjoyed it really much. Good choice for us to have lunch here, Jungkook said, and Tae-hong showed a thumb up to him. So, what do you usually do when you have the free time? Tae-hong asked. Going for drives with my motorcycle and probably hanging out at home, Jungkook said, and Tae-hong was impressed. Then, Jungkook's phone started buzzing on the table and he turned his phone off right away. You can answer the phone if it's urgent, Tae-hong said while he takes another bite of his pasta. Jungkook shook his head with a smile on his face. Don't worry, it's nothing, Jungkook said, and Tae-hong nods while they continued to eat. Jungkook knew that it had something to do with Yuri and he had to leave after having lunch with Tae-hong. That rumors about you and Wonjin, what that all about, Jungkook asked, and Tae-hong shook his head about it. He's trying to get me back in his life. Jungkook clenched his fist tightly after hearing what Tae-hong said while he tried to remain calm. So he wants you back? Jungkook asked again carefully. Yeah. He even tried to get my mother to help him crazy. Their mother and Jungkook could only smile. Okay. You okay? You look so tense, Tae-hong said, and Jungkook nodded his head with a smile. Jungkook took a sip of his water and said, stomach. They continued to eat their lunch, and Taehang was enjoying his lunch with Jungkook. Someone he felt different with Jungkook compared to being with Jeon. He smiled hands up and said, "Thank you really for having lunch with me." Jungkook winked at him and said, "Anytime, Taehang." Then Taehang's phone rang and he answered it while Jungkook finished up his pasta. "I'm a little busy at the meeting. Can I come over tomorrow?" Taehang said on the phone. Jungkook waited for Taehang and noticed that he seemed troubled. "Fine, I'll come over in like 5 minutes," Taehang said and hung the phone up while looking at his watch. "Everything okay?" Jungkook asked. Taehang shook his head and finished up his pasta. "Yeah, just need to go to my mother's place. She has something important to discuss," Taehang said. Jungkook nodded and offered to send him there. "If it's urgent, I'll drop you there." Taehang was surprised, but he didn't want to trouble Jungkook until Jungkook held his hand tightly. "You never trouble me at all, please." "I'll send you there," Jungkook said, and Taehang accepted. Both of them left the restaurant after paying, and Taehang realized that Jungkook was driving a motorcycle. "What? Nice ride a motorcycle before?" Jungkook asked as he gave Taehang an extra helmet. "To be honest, I only ride car once and bicycles," Taehang said, and Jungkook laughed at him. Taehang gets on the motorcycle and was hesitant to put his arms around Jungkook until Jungkook put his hand around his waist. "Don't hesitate," Jungkook said, and he started driving with Taehang leaning the way. Jungkook could stop smiling since Taehang was riding his motorcycle and Taehang was also enjoying it. After a while, they arrive at Taehang's mother's place and Taehang gets down for the motorcycle. "That was really fun," Taehang said, and Jungkook took back his helmet. "Let's meet again tomorrow," Jungkook said, and Taehang was surprised, but he accepted right away. "I'll call you then," Taehang said, and he walked to his mother's apartment right away. Jungkook watched him and noticed a black car nearby while he cleansed his jaw. "I'll be watching this, Jian, very closely," Jungkook said to himself and drove off back to cabin to check on Yuri. Meanwhile, Taehang arrived at he see Jian sitting in the living room while Mrs. Kim tell him to sit. "Taehang, I wanted to discuss about you and Yeonjin," Mrs. Kim said. Taehang started at Jian, who placed a small box on the table, making Taehang frown. "What is all this, Emma?" Taehang asked. Mrs. Kim sighed and said, "I want you to marry Jian." Taehang eyes widened and shook his head in disbelief, while Mrs. Kim tried to comfort him. "Emma, I not marry him. What he did, he is unforgettable. I won't do it," Taehang said out of anger. Mrs. Kim stood up and tried to assure Taehang to change his mind. "Taehang, he'll take care of you. I know he will. Just give him a chance and you'll be happy," Mrs. Kim begged him. Taehang shook his head and said, "No, not even you will force me to marry him. If you want me to marry him, then I won't no longer be your son." Mrs. Kim was surprised and Taehang left the house while Jeon crashed after him. They ended up by the car park and Jeon grabbed Taehang by hand until Taehang pushed him off. Jeon punched Taehang in the face and grabbed him by the hair. "Listen to me. You are going to marry me and I'll have the money that I want. You know, I can hurt you worse than this." Taehang realized that his lip was and he stared at John. "You really are an idiot," Taehang yelled at him. Jihan had enough and started beating Taehang up until Taehang was all weak. He took out the box where the ring is and all slid it on one of Taehang's fingers since he was still weak. Jihan smiled and said, "Can't wait to marry you and make you my." He kicked Taehang in his stomach and left to comfort Mrs. Kim. Tahang winched in pain as he tried to get up, but it was too painful. He reached for his phone and called someone to help him up. That night, Tahang was dressed up in his room after what happened, and Hoseok was cleaning up everything. Hoseok heard the door and went to see who was until he realized it was Daniel. It's Tahang, okay? Daniel asked. He's resting up. Does he have a schedule tomorrow? Hoseok asked, and Daniel nods his head. He has a photo shoot in the morning to interview afterward, and also he will be performing a new song tomorrow night, Daniel said, and Hoseok shook his head. Hoseok see the schedule and said, Tahang had been beaten up by someone and you still want him to do all this? Daniel understood how Hoseok felt and said, this is his celebrity life, you have to understand. Hoseok scoffed at him and gave the schedule back to Daniel. If anything happened to him, I'll blame you first. Daniel was 10 and Hoseok left the place to let Tahang rest. When his Jian arrived in the car, is Tahang alright? Daniel called me, Jian said as he got out the car. Hoseok nodded something was weird and said, he's resting up, you don't have to worry. Jian said in relief and wanted to head inside until Hoseok stopped him. You take one step into the house, I'll end your career, Hoseok said, and Jeon took a step back. Hoseok went back inside the house and Daniel wondered what Hoseok need. I'm sleeping over tonight. Got a problem? Hoseok asked and Daniel shook his head right while allowing him to do so. Tahang opened his eyes and sighed, and he was still in pain. After what happened, he take his phone and see a few messages from Jungkook. Tahang, sorry Jungkook, something happened. Jungkook, wait, you okay? What happened? Tahang, it's hard to talk the phone like this. Jungkook, let me come over to your place tomorrow then. Jungkook, you are not troubling me at all. Tahang was glad that Jungkook wanted to see him and talk, but he was afraid as well. The door opened and Tahang seen Hoseok coming in to check in on him. You should take off a day tomorrow. You are still weak. Hoseok's suggestion, Tahang was considering it. Yeah, maybe you are right, Tahang said, and Hoseok smiled at him. I'll talk some sense into Daniel. That idiot was going to make you faint tomorrow, Hoseok said, and Tahang laughed a little. He took a sip of water and said, thank you for help, Hobby. Do I know this person that beat you up? Hoseok asked. Tahang had his head down and said, maybe you do, but I am not sure if you won't believe me. Hoseok smiled as he walked towards the Tahang. I believe you, don't worry, I got your back, Hoseok said, and Tahang thanked him again. Hoseok pats him on the head, leave the room to let Tahang have his rest. Tahang replied to Jungkook's message before heading to sleep. Tahang, alright, you can come over tomorrow. Tahang, see you tomorrow then. Tahang put his phone aside and turned the light off. Get some sleep for tomorrow. Next day, Tahang was in kitchen waiting for Hoseok to make him a special sandwich for breakfast. Are you sure you don't want to report him? Hoseok asked, and Tahang shook his head while drinking his apple juice. No evidence, Hobby. If we do have evidence, it could work, Tahang said, and Hoseok sighed while he placed the omelette on the plate. He started making the sandwich until Daniel came into the check on Tahang. Okay, you all get a rest day today, but tomorrow they want you to perform the new song, do the Photoshop, and also doing an interview, Daniel said, and Tahang nods. Daniel nodded and leave the place to go back to his work while Hoseok was done with the sandwich. Your sandwiches are best, Tahang said after taking a bite while Hoseok was glad to see how much Tahang enjoying it. I got to leave to work soon. Are you sure? You'll be fine on your own, Hoseok asked, and Tahang laughed at him. I'll staying in my house after 2 years, alright? Don't worry, I'll call you if there's anything, Taehyung said, and Hoseok nodded at him. Hoseok heads to the door and Taehyung signed off while he was waiting for Jungkook to come. Call me if you need anything, Hoseok said, and Taehyung smiled with a nod. After Hoseok had left, Taehyung headed to the living room to watch a movie when he heard his phone ring. He answered it and heard his mother's voice. Taehyung, please give Hanjon a chance. You know deep down he'll look after you really well. Taehyung held his tear back and said, if you were my mother, you would force me to marry someone who ruined my life. He hung up the phone and plopped down on the couch while bursting in tears. Then just then out the mirror and he quickly calmed himself down before Jungkook came.